the middle. Tuberales, we're going to see like near the tubes or near the stalk. Okay, so in your textbook, is everybody with me on that? Okay, so we got a part that's distal, got a part that's a middle, part near like the tube, the stalk. Okay, this side, cellular. Okay, cells. All right. In your textbook, it's going to go into great detail about the development of the pituitary gland. We do not have that kind of time, okay? So I'm not expecting you to know that. However, one of the things that I want to point out about the development of the pituitary gland, when egg and sperm meet, fertilization occurs. One cell becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8. We have up to that 64 cell stage different terms for these stages of development. Blastula, gastrula. Do you guys remember that? No? Okay. Well, I don't have time to go into that today. All right, so if you want to look it up, just look up fertilization stages. Now, as that process begins to occur, we develop what's termed the 3 germ layers. Do y'all remember the germ layers? Endo, ecto, and mesoderm? Okay, and we know that mesoderm, endoderm, those become the structures that make up the interior of the body. Ecto becomes the exterior of the body, okay? In the development of the embryo, one of the things that happens, we go through stages of the developmental brain. We get into the fetal brain, then we get into what's going to be termed the adult brain. We only keep a portion from that time of egg meeting sperm, fertilization occurring, development of those cell stages, 2 to 3 germ layers as an adult. There's only one part of it that's kept. Guess what it contains? Hypothalamus. And the pituitary gland, an extension of it. I keep saying over and over and over, this is the primitive region of your brain. That controls pretty much all of it. Yep. From the time of egg meeting sperm, which I think is pretty cool. Okay, so we begin to see the terms that show up, and we have an area when we look at these different terms, we're going to see that we keep one of the terms. But like I said, your textbook goes into great detail, but seriously, I just wanted you to understand that this is from the time of cell development, this region of the brain. So when we begin to look at the hypothalamus, this anterior pituitary, and what it's going to do. Now, what do you see? Does it make sense? If it does, come on up here and show me what makes sense. All right, let's look at this, okay? Because this is probably the best way to understand what is happening at this area. My hypothalamus, and right now we're looking at my anterior pituitary. So my anterior pituitary is cellular. But now notice, we see, like you guys said, some blood vessels being represented. Up here, I'm trying to see my area of my hypothalamus. My hypothalamus is neural tissue. So therefore, it's going to be neurons. Now, if I see these neurons, if I'm dealing with my anterior pituitary, I'm dealing with my cellular portion, and I have it by way of my stalk. Ow, that hurt my knee. So, my cellular portion has its connection to the hypothalamus. Now, let me see here. Hypothalamus, look at that. Hypothalamo-hypophyseal portal system. Huh? What? Ever heard of it? Okay. Very important. This is one of the two portal systems you have in your body. Do you happen to know what the second portal system is? The hepatic portal, the one for the liver. How important is the liver to the body? Very. So does that give you the importance of a portal system? My hypothalamo-hypophyseal portal system. What is a portal system? Okay. When we have a portal system, I usually think of, like, on water, bodies of water, where maybe the ships get to pass through. They don't have to touch land or anything. When we talk about a portal system in the body, now think back to what we mentioned on Tuesday when I was talking about, and I pulled up the little thing from back there with all the blood vessels, and I tried to get you guys to visualize at what point does exchange with the tissues take place with the blood. Do you guys remember at what point that occurs? What are the blood vessels called? What? Table 3? Do you remember what we termed them? Table 3. What were those really tiny, tiny parts of a blood vessel? Table 1? Capillary beds. So when we talk about a portal system is where we've got these connections between these two capillary beds. Basically, you go from one capillary to the next capillary with no other veins and no other vessels involved. You don't return to the blood system or anything. You just go from one capillary bed to the next. And that's not how it usually works. Okay? So, the portal system. Now, let me see here. Looks like I've got this vessel system going all throughout, and then they're trying to represent my cellular makeup throughout the anterior pituitary. I've got the artery coming in here, vein exiting here, and I've got all this little cellular makeup. They are showing me, and you can't really see it because, all right, but we've got like these little yellow blocks. They're showing some little red circles, and then they're trying to show some little green circles that are present. Okay, is everybody following me? So what they did, they tried to take this little section right here and blow it up. Okay, so here, when I'm looking at this, this is trying to show the area for my bloodstream. This is trying to show my cellular area. Then they're trying to show me the little blocks, the little green circles. All right. Now, what's taking place? Let's try to follow the path of what's taking place.